Hey, folks, my guest today is Mike Hall. He's a serial entrepreneur innovating easy to use, highly effective marketing tools for local businesses at his company called Wombat.io. Mike, you ready to take us to the top?
I'm ready. Let's go, Nathan.
I know you joked. You said, Nathan, I was a little bit late because I was getting him out of my McLaren and my audio wasn't connected. That's a slight flex, which we love, but it's working.
I love flex on the McLaren every day. And just to flex even more, 2 weeks ago, I was in New York City and Manhattan when they unveiled the new Artura supercar, McLaren. So McLaren invited me there. The president of McLaren was there, and I got to complain about the maintenance issues.
Wow, you're a car guy then, huh?
Oh, I love cars, man. Absolutely.
Amazing. So that's why you do SaaS, profits to put into cars.
That's pretty much where it goes. 100%.
That's amazing. I love the honesty. All right, what is Wombat? What are people paying you for?
Okay, it's word of mouth bot, which basically is an automated system to get online reviews. But in the end of the day, the value that we're selling is business growth on autopilot for local businesses. But we have two types of users. We've got local businesses, but we've also got a partner program, which is really blown up in the last year and a half, where we have resellers selling the application and they rebrand it for their own and they keep 100% of the revenue. It's a completely new, different type of strategy. We're seeing if it works here.
So I guess tell me what. Well, let's reverse engineer first. Last time you came on, I think you said you were doing like 450 grand in ARR, something like that.
I really can't remember. I know it was about two years ago, something like that. Yeah.
What are you at today?
For ARR, probably around $750,000 right now. Okay. It might even be a little bit more at the end of this year, but we're doing a little bit more than 60,000 per month right now in total.
That's great, and that's all revenue you get. You don't have to pay a bunch of that out to your value-added resellers, right?
Well, yeah, yes, I do have a marketing guy that gets a percentage on different things he brings in, but when it comes to the resellers, it's completely separate. So I keep 100% of that revenue.
So how do you make? So from a value-added reseller, how do you make money from them?
Okay. Right now we charge them $199 per month. Okay. But I give them 50 locations to resell. We have resellers all over the world right now that are reselling it for anywhere from $99 a month to $499 per month. So we have guys making $10,000, $20,000 per month on reoccurring revenue, but they're going out and doing all the effort and the work of selling it, which is not a lot of work to sell Wombat, number one. But the thing that makes that an attractive business model from my standpoint is that it's a very efficient sign up and customer acquisition process. We don't talk to them. We don't do demos. They go through funnels and everything else, and they sign up. And we have a free trial so they can sign up to. And the cool thing is last year and a half we've really kind of boiled down our ideal user, our ideal partner. And that the partners end up being salespeople. Okay, we had a bunch of different types of folks, marketing companies, and different things that would sign up. But salespeople, they don't have to be technically, advanced. They just have to be able to sell. So that's really our sweet spot, and we're just now really starting to crank that up.
But Mike, how many VARs do they pay you $199 a month?
What is that? The beginning.
How many value-added resellers do you have today?
A little bit under 300. There's a little under 300 in total.
300. Okay, so I can take 300 times $200 a month. That's where you get 60 grand a month in MRR.
Yes, but some of those are on. We have like a 3-month plan for. We have different distribution platforms, but some of them go through like where they get $99 a month for the first 3 months, things like that. So it doesn't add up exactly. And also too, we do have a pretty substantial churn rate. I hate to say it, but it's a fact. But it's always still growing. But
how big?
Again, when it comes to direct users like businesses, it's very small, like maybe 2-3%. But when it comes to partners, from the last year and a half, I can't even give you an exact number, but it's too much. It's like maybe 20 some percent. It's a lot. But the thing is, we were not concentrating on salespeople. My marketing guy that does a great job, getting free trials in for the partner side. It came from the MLM world. We had a lot of MLM people in there. They come with a lot of problems. And, what that ended up happening is they were trying to sell it, to resell it, to resell it. They weren't actually, but they ended up finding some terrific salespeople that really, took off with it.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your Founder Path dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right, so the teal is what a VC would pay, yellow is what private equity, and red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise, they sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of Founder Path, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. Mike, when you add up all the volume of all the revenue your VARs make together, do you know what that is, what they charge their customers?
No, I was talking to somebody yesterday about this. My guess is somewhere around $500,000 a month, maybe a little bit more, that they are bringing in directly to themselves. But again, I have no way at this point, and we don't have enough time to tell you exactly why, but I used to be able to track it. Now I don't, just to make it easier on them.
Why not try and take, can you not take 10% of that?
Okay, so I watched one of your shows the other day. I forget the app's name, but I have it on my phone. I contacted them. My next step is to have an integrated payment processing platform and to capture a percentage of revenue. It does 2 things. It's going to make it easier for new partners. They don't have to go out and get their own Stripe or PayPal accounts to do recurring payments, and we're going to capture more of that revenue. So
you nailed it.
That plus sales enablement tools is the path forward. So, our current revenue, even if we didn't grow our user base and we had sales enablement tools to sell to these partners, I'm thinking would more than double the current ARR.
Yep.
So those are the things I'm trying to work on at this point in time. But it's still in its infancy, man. We have a couple of investors, some guys that did really well. One guy does $70 million a year in a software company. Another guy sold his software for $84 million. And
how much have you raised?
None right now. So I'm just kind of at that point that they're doing due diligence. We'll see whether or not I want, or not I want, but we'll see whether or not it goes forward.
Mike, how much capital do you need?
I mean, if I had somewhere near $1 million, I think I could do a lot with that.
Do you need that all right away, or could you do like $200K today?
No,
okay.
it wouldn't be right away. So there's, holes in the boat. There's a few problems I'm trying to solve, development issues. I've had the same developers for 7-8 years. They're great guys, but
how many full-time today?
It's not, maybe like one you can kind of say is full-time. Well, I don't have any employees. I don't have any full-time staff. I do everything through partnerships.
Do you code?
No.
So how do you make sure that the thing keeps working for all these 300 value-added resellers, all the white labels?
I have developers that are basically on call every day. So but they're not full time. So when you ask that specific thing full time, but I have developers at any time of the day I could contact them and they will look into the problem, they will fix the bug, and it's usually fairly quickly.
Well, Mike, I mean, look, one thing I'd encourage you to think about, I don't know if you know this, but Founder Path, my other company, our whole goal is to help founders get to $5 million in ARR, totally bootstrapped with 100% control. We could take your MRR today times 5. So
right.
300, okay. We could give you 300K today. Like we wire it tonight, tomorrow. Where would you spend the money to drive growth?
Well, there's a couple things. So the development side for integrating a payment processor, which we already have Stripe, but we don't use that Connect for, what do you call it? We don't use the Connect for, partner payments. So that would be number one, development side. The other side is to have a targeted marketing campaign directly towards salespeople. And that's not, and I have a number of things that are pretty much ready to go. But content is a big hurdle. So that would be one place where the revenue would be spent. And just on getting the development up to par, really, I think. Which the development process might take 3-4 months to get everything settled.
Who are you using? What's the dev shop you're using right now?
I don't want to say their name, but they're offshore. So
which country?
It's in India, and they are like a larger organization. And actually, when I went to New York, when I told you that the guy flew in that I've been dealing with for years.
Is it Coditas?
No.
Okay,
but if you have any recommendations, please let me know.
No, this is the number one thing we help founders with that use FounderPath when they take money from us. We help make sure they've got amazing engineers. And a lot of time it's an outsourced engineering firm that we've already vetted, that we have other founders that are paying for. So we know it's good quality work. So we can chat about that offline. But this is great. So $60,000 a month. Now, if you're doing, call it $60,000 a month today, what were you doing exactly a year ago? Do you remember?
It was probably about 20 some, maybe 24, 25,000, something like that.
Oh, that's a lot of growth. So, I mean, how have you doubled in the past 12 months? What changed?
Well, like I said, David Dubbs, who does a lot of the marketing side, he was really going towards, which I hate, MLM side, but he was going through it. But we were having 500-600 free trials per month. Okay. And I think at the height, it was almost 700. So we kind of ramped it up for a lot of free trials. We have an affiliate program so that they get paid, and things like that for referring others. But those 500 on average might end up being, 40 new paying users, which is great. But then because of our churn rate, it was up down kind of growth. But the beginning of the year, it was starting to go down, I think, because of Christmas and things like that, MLM kind of thing again. And then, I gave Dubs a hard time. Boom. He found some bigger guys to go out there and advertise it. And it went up properly. But like I said, at this point in time, we're not having great growth like today. But what we're doing, I'm getting rid of the churning, disputing, type of user partner, and I'm bringing on the salesperson. And the salesperson.
Would you sell the whole business today for $1 million all cash up front?
No, not for $1 million. No.
$2?
No, probably not. Like it would be like it's so easy to grow this thing. Like and it's from my perspective, like it's clear now how to go forward. And the problem is that there's so much opportunity. I mean, like we're selling to salespeople. I just did a webinar last night for 2 hours, had a bunch of our salespeople on there. We got this guy from Australia. He's been doing commission only sales his whole life, very successful guy who lives on a resort, but he says the best opportunity he's ever seen. He's signing up 5 to 6, local businesses per week at this point in time. And again, he's capturing 100% of the revenue. And like I said, our partners are flocking to people like him that are publicly saying things on his Facebook group, because they're just hungry for sales enablement tools. So, there's some missing pieces here that I'm trying to put together this year. But, sales enablement and capturing some of the revenue that our salespeople partners are, getting from local businesses for sure.
All right, Mike, sounds good. We're out of time. Let's wrap up with the famous 5 quick answers here. Number 1, favorite book?
J. Conrad Levinson and Guerrilla Marketing.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
I'm not. No.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building Wombat?
There's so many right now. I really don't have. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't ready for like the fast 5. I like Wombat for growing a business growth and all of that.
Too many. Number 4, how many hours of sleep to get every night?
Between 4 and 8. It all depends on what's going on that day.
All right. And situation, married, single, kids?
I'm married. Happily here in Tennessee.
How many kids?
One son. We got one son.
One kid.
That's why I'm here in the middle of the country.
All right. Very cool. And how old are you?
I'm 41. I'm too old.
41. Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
Just to start a software business. Because and when I was 18, I went to one class for HTML. I should have just kept going with it and continued to learn how to code. And because I love to build stuff. So with software, the building blocks are free. I'm building a house right now. It takes forever. But with software, if you know how to code, it's free. It's amazing.
Wombat.io helps small businesses grow. He doesn't want to deal with all the sales work. So he has over 300 value-added resellers that sell his product. He does not take a cut from them right now, but they make about $6 million a year through his program. That's his estimate. He makes about $60,000 a month because each VAR pays about 200, $300 a month for the software. He's doing $6,000 a month right now, up from $25,000 a month just a year ago. Totally bootstrapped, which we love. And he's a one-man wrecking machine. All consultants building this tool, which we love. Mike, thanks for taking us to the top.
I appreciate it, Ethan. Talk to you soon.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.